What is up, everybody? It's Bobby here with support and resistance. And um, yeah, actually, I have a live stream on my laptop. I just want to make sure it's working here. Hold on for a second. Okay, it looks like we are live. It's kind of funny right now. Every cryptocurrency influencer is going going live on YouTube due to this Bitcoin pump. It's about 1:15 in the morning here in Chicago. It's pretty late. I was out walking my dog for his final walk for the evening a couple hours ago, and Bitcoin was just finding resistance right below 4,140. Came back about 30 minutes later, and we were well over 4,600, 4,700 bucks. So that was quite the surprise, right? I mean, some of us were predicting, like, I was expecting Bitcoin to move to, near 4,400 this week, but it taking, at least a few more days to get to that level. So it's pretty exciting to kind of see where it's at right now, right? So everyone's getting pretty psyched. And so right now, if you're trading in the market, let's talk about support resistance, and figure out a game plan of, when to take profits, right? And how to handle this big upside move, because everyone right now is looking for a reason as to why this happened, and sometimes there's no reason. This is why we do TA, right? Is to do our best in kind of predicting outcomes and putting a risk management strategy around it, and try to handle the upsides and as well as downsides. And sometimes these moves happen unexpectedly, and as long as you have a technical framework put together, you can handle these scenarios, right? So the most important thing is not get emotional, don't get overexcited. So let's switch to the charts, figure out what's going on. And I'm going to keep an eye on my laptop here just to make sure my internet connection is looking decent. I've had some issues the last few days with my internet. It's been pretty annoying. But anyway, here is the Bitcoin. We're looking at the daily time frame right now. And so, earlier today I did put out a live video when I was at Starbucks earlier, and I was talking about Bitcoin getting into this green zone. Well, you can see here pretty clearly that we decided to just skip the green zone and test this red zone where we're finding the 200-day EMAs and the 200-day simple moving average trend lines. And I've said in past videos that this $4,600 area, approximately $4,700, is going to act as stiff resistance. Well, we decided to shoot way past that, hitting near 5,100. And so right now we're back into this kind of red zone, which I expected to be pretty stiff resistance, from the bear standpoint. So what I'm really keen on seeing Bitcoin handle is this 200-day EMA and the 200-day simple moving average. So the EMA is the pink line, the simple is the blue. I did put out a tweet earlier, now a couple hour ago maybe, that the last time Bitcoin was above its simple moving average was approximately back on March 14th. So well over a year ago. And anytime an asset, this doesn't just go for cryptos, I mean, this is in general, right? All asset classes. Anytime you see an asset go below its 200-day moving average, and finding difficulty like it did here in April, and then retracing back to 6K, and then also getting rejected again by the 200-day in July. I mean, this is definition of obviously a bear market, right? So the 200-day moving average is a good long-term kind of just trend line signal. It gives investors and traders an idea what kind of market you're in. Are you in a bull market? Are you in a bear market? And obviously, you don't have to be a genius to know that we've been in a bear market at least since March of 2018. So It's very encouraging to see Bitcoin finally rally back up above its 200-day moving average. It's been over a year. And so what I did in this current price action is I did take a little bit off the table at $4,900. I put that out in a tweet, um, just more simply because just handling risk. Okay, and what this allows me to do now, I didn't take that much off. I took about 10% off the table, and that's going to pay for any stops that I have way down below here. And so what I'm doing is I'm staggering some positions just below the 200-day moving average, and I'm not selling all. I have about 30% of my positions that are being staggered just below this 200-day moving average, where I will take significant profits off the table, reducing my overall cost basis in Bitcoin. And that will allow me the flexibility to have additional capital, right, to deploy. So if Bitcoin is not able to handle $4,600, which is I'm seeing as kind of a key floor right now, I would really like to see Bitcoin hold above its 200-day moving average. If it does, fantastic. I'll wait, a few days, kind of see what the price action looks like before reinitiating any more buys. So essentially, what I did was, I took some profits off the table. That way, if Bitcoin does break below its 200-day moving average, I have additional money to buy back in, essentially, right? Buy the dips. So that was my strategy. I'm not saying, that this is something that you obviously have to follow. But for me, this is how I manage, risk and kind of profit taking and putting together that kind of technical framework, right? So, yeah, there's no need to really, if you don't have any Bitcoin positions right now in the market, obviously I would not be buying right now. You can tell by all indicators, all momentum indicators are going to be overbought. So there's almost no point of looking at indicators, to be honest, at this stage. What you want to do is you want to let the market kind of digest this this parabolic move, and give it 48 hours or so and see what happens. But you can't trade based on indicators right now. So that's exactly why I took money off the table at 4,900. It's just handling risk and being able to move capital back into altcoins, because I talked about this earlier as when I was at Starbucks, that eventually when Bitcoin does reactivate bullish, traders and investors are going to go from risk off, which is Bitcoin, and more risk on, right, which is looking at the altcoin market. I think my headphones just died. I'm going to test my sound. Sorry about that. Hold on for a second. Oh, I just got a warning that my AirPods are getting low. So anyway, yeah, so all momentum indicators are going to be overbought. No point of looking at those. Right now, rely on moving averages, I'd say. So let's focus on this 200-day moving average. Let's see if Bitcoin could hold $4,600. If it can't, then I would expect a retest back into this green zone, which is still bullish, very bullish price action. Bitcoin were to move essentially in this sort of fashion here, where it just kind of meanders down back into this green zone and then reactivates bullish. That's still positive price action, right? So I would be looking to redeploy capital, buying back in possibly in this green zone if my indicators give me the signal. So, I just wanted to put out a quick video on Bitcoin, especially for those people who are not holding any positions in Bitcoin and feeling that kind of FOMO, that you're missing out. Again, don't get overly excited right now. Give this market a couple days to digest this move. and see if Bitcoin can hold this 200-day moving average. I am long in Stellar. You might as well take a look at that. I did a video on that earlier today. So you can see Stellar right now is more bearish, right? Obviously, than Bitcoin. It's trading below its 200-day moving average. It has not moved above and found that as support yet. So the 200-day right now is sitting between 14.5 to a little over 15 cents for Stellar. So this would be a key kind of area that I would like to see Stellar get up to, especially if Bitcoin holds above 4,600. I did have initial price target of 14 cents earlier today, but that could easily get wiped out based on Bitcoin's move here. So we're gonna have to reevaluate this. Now, you know, I did say earlier as well that my average cost basis in Stellar is 0.105, and I'm gonna keep that my stop loss at break even for right now. I'll look to move some, you know, stagger some positions and profit zones, you know, after maybe in the next 24 hours. I want to see what Bitcoin does here, and see if we can find some sort of a range to trade off of, because you can't trade on anything that's pumped up this dramatically. You just have to let the market digest. So if you're looking to buy Stellar right now, again, you got to keep a close eye on Bitcoin. Give it another 24 hours and see what happens. And you know, we'll reevaluate together. I'm gonna put out another video probably tomorrow, in the next 12 to 24 hours, and maybe we can, you know, put a technical framework and trade setup together, especially for those that are, you know, just learning how to trade. I know I've been getting a lot of tweets lately on putting out kind of a trading 101, how to use moving averages, how to use, you know, different momentum indicators, essentially how to put a technical framework together and on how to trade these markets. So maybe tomorrow I will put out maybe the first video of a series of videos that will build off on each other on an either daily or weekly perspective. That way we can kind of build that trading plan together. But anyway, that's pretty much all I'm going to talk about right now. It's super late. It's about 1:30 in the morning right now here in Chicago. So again, just to quickly recap, it's late in the morning, early in the morning, and I'm probably blabbing a little bit more than I should. So again, just key support and resistance zones to keep an eye on Bitcoin. So we want to see $4,600 hold. That's a 200-day moving average. If that breaks, 4,400 will probably come into play. You know, somewhere between 4,140 to 4,400 will come back into play if that 200-day moving average breaks down. And then I would give the market, you know, 48 hours before trading it again and seeing if, you know, there's any clear kind of trade setups at that point, because right now you just can't trade this and you can't really look at your indicators at this point because everything's just overbought. So anyway, just want to put that out there. Let's reevaluate here in a couple of days and go from there. So thanks for watching, and see you on the next one. All right.